Hi, John Pelsavari here, talking today about Excel formulas. Before I get started on formulas, I just want to talk a bit more about charts. Okay, so we've done these before, and I just want to talk about the occasions when you might use different charts, or what the different charts, what their strengths are, what you'd use them for in different situations. So the first one is a pie chart. You can see here the pizza toppings, and it's broken down into percentages. So basically, pie charts, percentages, really good. Interestingly, this is about pizza. Americans call pizzas pies. Yeah, it's weird. Whatever, it's fine. Bar graphs, birthday of students by month. You can see so there's different months or different categories, and then it's how many in each of those categories. So how many of each there are. A lot of our surveys were like this. We had a question, we had different answers. A lot of them will probably be good for bar graphs, okay? Unless you wanted to do a percentage and say, 50% of students, their favorite pizza was pepperoni, whatever it might be. Cool. So pie graphs, percentages, bar graphs, sort of counting a category. So category at the bottom, number on the side. Line graph. The only time you really use a line graph is when you're looking at data over a period of time. Okay, so you can see this one is the rainfall. April, May, June, July. And you can sort of see, over time it looks like it's going in a downward direction, which obviously is not what happens in Australia. I would guess that this is probably American, going into June, July, going into their dry summer. And also it says inches, so another way it's probably American. So there's sort of the three main ones I want to talk about. The first task I want you to try and do is this one just here. Okay, so which chart would you use, bar, line, or pie? And if you can put a little explanation, that'd be awesome too. So I'll do the first one, or we'll do the first one together. So showing the percentage breakdown of a student's anime preferences. I see the word percentage, so straight away I'm thinking pie, okay? Just talking about percentages. I'll just delete that so it stays up there. Okay? Alright, so take your time. Maybe pause the video, try and do the next couple, and then when you come back, I'll talk about what I think the answers might be. Welcome back. I've put some answers in here. A couple of them are sort of, maybe not what you would expect, and I'll talk about why that is. So this first one here, I've actually put a bar graph, all right, so for how many players Minecraft each day last week. Now, you've probably put line, and that's perfectly fine. That's probably even a better answer. But I just want to explain why bar could be okay in this sense. There's only 7 days in the week, and it's almost like we're counting for the categories rather than looking at data over time. Okay, because it is such a short period of time that we're looking at. It does say last week. If it didn't say last week, if we're looking at particular days, it's more like a category. If we said, Monday nights, there's not many people playing, but Friday nights there's heaps of people playing. It's more like a category rather than time, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, that's fine. Line graph, okay, is always good for tracking data over time. Players of Roblox online each month for the last year. Line graph, because it's looking at data over time. How many people like vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate? Bar, because we are counting categories. Potentially a pie, looking at percentage of who likes the different flavors. That would be okay as well. Last one, percentage breakdown of student sports preferences. Pie graph, because we're talking about percentages again. Cool? Good stuff. All right. Now, into the Excel stuff. If you feel like you're a gun and you want to just get stuck straight into this and push ahead, you can just pause this video and just go and do it based on what's on this worksheet. If you would like to just follow along with this video, that's fine too. Okay, totally up to you. All right, so Excel spreadsheets, they're very, very powerful. Okay, it's like a really, really clever calculator that can do lots of really cool stuff really, really fast. Okay, so the first one we're looking at is addition. So if you haven't got Excel open, get that open now, or a Google Sheet. Try and use Excel because we're talking about Excel, but yeah, If you want an online Google Sheet or an online Excel, that's fine too. So copy the data on the right. You can type it up if you like, or I've just put this here for you so you can copy and paste it in. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, we want to find the total number of red bicycles. And so to do that, we look at this total here. And we know that 25 plus 9 is 34, right? But instead of just typing that number in, we can type equals. And equals in Excel means I'm going to give you a formula. Equals this one plus this one, okay? You hit enter, and it does all of the calculating for you. So that way, if this number is, something crazy, it just figures it out for you. You don't have to, tell it, oh, this has changed, update it. It sort of just does it for you, okay? Press enter to display, and that's fine. It's done. Excellent. Next task is to fill, okay? And you can see it's pointing at that little square in the corner. So let's do that now. You have to click on the cell, and you see that little box. You just click on that, and you can drag it down. Okay. Another way that you can do it is you can double click it. Cool, and it sort of just figures out, just knows roughly where you want to go, which is cool. Excellent, excellent. So you can see the numbers are changing there. So what it's actually done, it's the same formula, right? So that plus that. But Excel just knows that you're putting the same sort of data in the next row. So it's changed number. So instead of B4 C4, it is B5 C5, and you can see at the top there B6 C6, B7 C7, B8 C8, and so on. Okay. If you get into a spot where you've opened a cell like this and you accidentally click somewhere, I think it's not even doing it now. Yeah, if you get into a spot like that, if you've got the cell open, you accidentally click somewhere, just delete the cell reference added and just hit enter to get back out of it. Okay. All right. Whoopsie daisies. Let's go back. All right. Total number of bicycles in store 1. We're going to cell B9 and type in this formula. B9, this one. We're going to do equals sum, and then you put a bracket. Okay. The way I usually, you can put the you can type in the cells if you want. You can type B4 and then a colon and then B8. Okay, and then just bracket. Done. The other way you can do it is you can type equals sum bracket, click on the first one, and then hold down shift, and then click on the bottom one, bracket, enter, and it figures it out too. Okay. Another one, formula, auto sum, done. Cool. I'm just assuming it's going to ask us to do store 2 as well. Alright, now we've got some other operators here. So we've got subtract is just that little dash, multiply is the asterisk, and divide is the slash. There's 2 slashes on your keyboard, just make sure you're using the right one. This is the one that's, sort of next to your arrow keys, closest to your arrow keys, sort of go up to your shift key and go left. It's like a question mark above it. It's that one. You just hit it and it'll work. So we can write out contents of cells C1 and C2 together. Feel free to pause the video and try these yourself, or follow along. C1 plus C2 be that one. Sum the contents of the cells A2 to A9. Whoops, 9. Multiply the data in B3 by the data in B7. divide the data in C4 by the data in C2. Subtract the data in cell F3 from the data in subtract data in cell 3 from the data in F2. I think the way that's worded is it's like that. It's taking F3 away from F2. Add the contents of cells B1 and B2. B1 and B2, that's funny. And then subtract B3. If you wanted to, you could put that into Excel. You're going to get the issue in terms of probably where your data is sitting. It's like that, the first one was C1 plus C2, and I've got nothing in those cells, so it doesn't really work. And then there's some different errors. Value, we're trying to times a word times 28, it just doesn't work. And then it's divide by 0, you can't divide by 0. Except maybe in specialist maths, but that's year 11, year 12, I won't worry about that just yet. So yeah, if you do it in Excel, you might just get some things that look like that, and that's okay for that task. I think it wants you to do it here. Cool. Auto sum. You might have seen me click on that already. Basically, you can delete that, and we'll just put it in again. So you just click here. Formulas, auto sum. It's very clever. It knows you want whatever is above it. Done. Okay. Does it work for the one on the side? It does. So it's very clever. It knows that you want the data that's sort of in line with that cell, up or down, or left or right. Yeah. Okay. Maximum, minimum, and average. Add the labels max to A11. Min to A12. Average, I think, was the next one. Cool. And then, you can probably actually guess what the formula is, max. There to there. Maximum number there is 45, so just the highest number. Okay, minimum. Min, same thing again, there to there. 25, cool, is the smallest number. The average, okay, so we sort of mentioned this the other lesson, it's sort of like the rough middle number. So roughly like how many of the color, of any color would we have? Roughly 34, okay? Is the average of those numbers, okay? It's roughly in the middle, right? 45 is the highest, 25 is the lowest, 34 is kind of in the middle-ish. And that's it, right? We can left click on that top one, shift click down, and grab that, drag it across. And now it's doing it for this lot of data for store 2. The average is now decimal. It's pretty cool. Let's go back. What are we supposed to be doing? What else do we need to do? If you're following these instructions, it tells you to highlight the total as well, which will sort of break your average. You don't want to include the total. Just make sure you don't include the total. Okay. And where are we? There we go. Fill, auto sum, just give those a bit of a play, which is just, clicking the corner and dragging it down. Other uses of fill. Other uses of fill, it can predict number patterns. So just create a new sheet, click that plus, put the data in, and you can highlight it, and you can click and drag down, and it follows the pattern, right? Counting by 2s, and so on. And I'll let you guys do the rest, because the video is about to end. So thanks for watching, all the best, good luck, work your way through. When you're finished, just put a copy of your Excel document in your OneNote or email, that's fine. All right. Thanks for watching.